My name is Deanne Harmon. I am a mum of 5 living in Narrogin. I grew up as a ward of the state. During my time while I was in care, I experienced an extensive array of abuse. I ended up in care, as far as I know, from around the time I was 3. That day I'd actually been ripped out of my family's closet because we tried to hide in there, not knowing what the hell was going on. It was me and my siblings. To this day, I hate old cupboards. And shoved into the back of a police car, and then, just basically thrown out at this group home, pretty much just being hurt by everybody. The abuse started with a knife to my throat being dragged out in the middle of the night by a boy who was 12. So I moved with the carers when they decided to leave the group home. So because I was being abused by the children, I ended up deciding to take the beatings rather than having my body violated in other ways. They were hitting us, beating us. I learned to read a book by being punched in the stomach when I got a word wrong. I did probably about 4-year stints at most places. No places really last past 4 years. So it was shattering. I did feel very unloved growing up. So after I left the group home, I remember being in the car with one of my drivers, and I had said to that person, try to tell him what had just happened to me. And his response was just basically, well, you're out of there now, don't worry about it. I guess deep down I was still angry. I just didn't know that there was anything I could do about it. And then when I spoke to Maurice Blackburn, and I was talking to them, and they had said, you might be able to do something else. We'll have a look into it. It wasn't until after I got off that phone call that I was like, if they can do something, I definitely want to do it.
My name's Deanne Hart. I'm a lawyer and I work in Maurice Blackburn's institutional abuse team. We help Australians who have experienced institutional sexual abuse. When Deanne became a state ward, the state took on the responsibility to effectively be her parent, and they couldn't have done a worse job at it. The last thing that a kid should be worried about is sexual abuse. They should be able to go to school, have fun with their friends, and enjoy their childhood. I think with Deanne's settlement, it's really sent a message to the state that kids at estate wards, their lives do mean something and they are responsible for them.
So I went around the corner and my lawyer's this big, tall, beautiful woman. I was like, what the hell? Okay, this can't be my lawyer. Where's the little angry toad running around? Honestly, that's what I thought. Where's my little angry toad? It's got to be here somewhere. But so I was quite shocked. She promised me, I'm going to have this tied up for you by the end of the year because it's gone on too long. I actually felt like a little girl being protected, to be honest.
Deanne's a real badass. She's a mum of 5 and she's always fought for justice in her case. So being able to work alongside her to achieve that was really incredible. It can be a bit daunting knowing what your legal options are when you're a survivor of childhood abuse, but you do have options. There are criminal injuries compensation claims, the National Redress Scheme application claims, or a civil claim, which is what we generally assist with. The first step really is to call a lawyer so that you can be given some free advice around what your options are and so that you know where you stand. At Maurice Blackburn, we have a no-win, no-fee arrangement. What that means is that you don't have to pay any legal costs until your matter's resolved.
I would recommend going with Maurice Blackburn because with something so sensitive, you want the best people. You want the people that are going to fight and are going to not give up. It's excruciating, that first step, but if you can do that one, you will find the legs will just keep coming. You'll keep walking. It'll happen.